last home game, senior day. Can you kind of your thoughts on wrapping up the home portion of the season?
The thing I'm trying not to think about is the how quickly coaching these four seniors are coming to an end. I've had a lot of senior days, but not all senior days are the same. There's some groups that are, they're just different. This senior class, every one of these kids have a significant meaning and to themselves. Wes was a walk-on my first year. He's been here the longest. He's seen this thing built brick by brick, and he's been a catalyst in a lot of ways. I'll tell you right now, I'm sure I will be emotional on Sunday, knowing that somebody like Wes that stayed with it through all the tough times that first year, and then as the house was being built the last couple years. Rob, how he even came to be recruited here, his story, what he went through from the 7th grade, knowing his mom and dad and the struggles he's had. Devin, a traumatic car accident and a coma in the hospital. Transfer him from the school he was at to a junior college, and then eventually finding his way here and dealing with injuries his first year, and now he's made his mark as one of the top players, one of the best players in this conference. And then Nura could have went anywhere, including to play football. I mean, there's a lot of schools want him to come and play football his fifth year, but because of prior relationships but I give all the credit for Nura to Kellen. Kellen did such an unbelievable job recruiting him. But this class and the season we've had obviously will have special meaning. But when you get to senior day, you better understand you do your senior thing, but that's not the star of the show. The star of the show is the game. We've got chance to win our third game in a row. I don't know what it is overall. I think we're 11 and 13 games or 9 and 11, something like that. Just keep our run going and keep getting better. This time of year it's important to keep your blade sharp. Once that blade goes dull, it's hard to get it sharp again. So, I think we're playing at a pretty good level right now. Just got to maintain, and it starts with our senior leadership and practice.
A lot of things that you're doing this year that haven't been done here in a long time. It's been 30 since the end of Phi Sigma Jump since you went unbeaten at home. I know it's not the most ideal situation because you're not playing at your home, but to go unbeaten this season, or the potential to go unbeaten this season, what does that say? Just about everyone says win the games you should win at home. But you guys have done that this year, defended your court.
Well, if we win, we're the only team to have gone undefeated at home, right? Well, it's not easy to win the games you should win. If that would happen, then everybody would be undefeated at home. I think what makes it more significant is that's kind of our home away from home. I told our guys this year that we would be a little bit like orphans, but I applaud our kids. It hasn't been easy, having to come from class, get dressed here, meet downstairs, jump into vans, take the vans over to Texas Southern, practice, get back in the vans, come back here. And on game days, we've had to do it twice. It was 5 hours before tip. We always have our game day shoot around. And so, if it's 11 o'clock game, that means we're meeting here sometimes at 6 o'clock in the morning and going over there and then coming back and then going back at, hour and a half before the game. So, that's, going through it, if you don't know what we're doing, then you don't know what you don't know. But I told our kids right away, nobody's going to complain. Not going to hear that. I'm not interested in using it as an excuse. And I think that set a tone for us going forward that, we're going to go over there as much as we can in the month of October. In November, it was hard because their volleyball, Texas Southern's men's and women's basketball and their volleyball program was still using the court. So we didn't get a whole lot of practice time there. We spent most of our practice time here. So that was knowing that you're going to play your game somewhere where your kids, you're not going to have a lot of gym time. It was a little bit tough knowing that everybody we're playing, is normal. We're not normal, but I kept telling our guys there's a trade-off. We're going through this to have an unbelievable, one of the most beautiful basketball facilities around next year. So we'll go through this to get that.
What's this guy look for connected?
Really good pick and roll team. Jalen Adams, I think, is the best pick and roll point guard that will play, bar none. He is a talented dude. Really improved his game too. A lot of guys decide to come back and it doesn't work out for him. He's really, I think, improved. There he has improved the most is 3-point shooting. He can shoot it. He can create. Great mid-range shooter. Good playmaker. I think he's with the ball in his hands as good as anybody in our league. Vital, two guard, is elite shooter. Takes hard shots and makes them. A lot like McMurray from SMU. Larry Air, big wing that plays like a guard. He's 6'8", but his game is like a 6'2", 6'3" guard. Tough matchup. They can play traditional with a big 5 and a 4 with Larry A, a big wing, or they can go small with Larry A at the 4. But regardless of how they go, I mean, our league prepares you. Cincinnati is big. Wichita State goes small and big. So we'll adjust to the lineup that they put on the floor.
Kelvin, this time of year, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal. At the same time, with the position that most people think you're in, are you not going to the tournament or these last few games? Oh, we need to win this to get into the tournament. Is it much? Are you playing for seeding, or how do you look at the last couple of weeks?
Certainly don't look at it like that. I try to keep everything status quo. If our team makes the tournament, it'll be my 14th or 15th time in the tournament. So I don't. I'm not trying to put a wet blanket on anything. I just don't. I mean, we're in our season. We got back from Dallas, I think, about 2:30 or something like that in the morning. Made sure our kids got up and went to class on Thursday. I didn't even see our guys yesterday at all. We met this morning at 8:30. We do our analytics, our stats I keep. Grade everything. Went through that at 8:30 this morning. And then Coach Brooks has the Connecticut report. We went right into personnel on Connecticut. And then I spoke on how important practice was, knowing that we've got some distractions this week with senior day and the emotions that go along with that. But I think teams run into trouble this time of year sometimes when you take your foot off the pedal on the importance of maintaining intensity in practice. I want our practice to be competitive. So when I do our practice plan today, it's all about competing, and I'm gonna hold our kids accountable. That's we play hard. If playing hard was easy, then every team would do it. You notice that there are certain teams that play way harder than others. Well, that's not an accident. That's something that's like a big old rock. You better hit that rock every day with that, because if you have slippage, we're going to have slippage in pick and roll defense. Every team will. You're not going to be great in everything every night, but the one thing that cannot slip is effort and attitude. Those are the two things that I'm on 100%, 10 out of 10. This ain't baseball where 300 is pretty good. No, this is 1,000%. That's never going to be. We're never going to have slippage in that area.
Any update on Wes? He held him out enough, or?
I don't know. I haven't talked to John. I know he's getting treatment. But I've always started my seniors on senior day. If West can go, then West will start.